She was a true, unique, inspirational person to be around, and what you saw on screen with Nikki was her true personality. And she never tried to hide away from what she was battling. She never hid it from the world. And unfortunately, Sue, the lockdown came just at the worst possible time for her.
It did. And I think just before the lockdown, the illness had started to take its toll on her body, and she just started to collapse. You know, she could have been in the supermarket, in the street, in the park, and her legs would just give way. So that had started to happen, and then when lockdown came, you know, she said to me on that first day, I don't know how I'm going to get through this.
Because she knew the impact it was going to have on her.
She did, and I said, look, I was working at the time, and I said, you won't be alone. Let's go through it together as much as we can. You know, the whole country's suffering, but I knew for Nikki it was a different story. And I said, you can come down and stay with me in Dorset, and I'll come up here as often as I can, and we'll support each other.
But she wanted to be at her own apartment.
Did. Well, I think she wanted the cross trainer to be with her, and it's a monster. But yeah, I think she knew the writing was on the wall.
And that's why I get so angry when I think about the consequences of lockdown, because a lot of people said, oh, it's crazy to shut gyms because we're trying to encourage people to lose weight. But for some people who have illnesses like Nikki did, a gym is not a nice bonus. It can actually be an utterly crucial part of getting through each day.
Yes, yeah. And that was it. That was the real struggling point for Nikki, because in order for her to allow herself to eat, she had to know that, you know, she'd go on the cross training, she'd go to the gym, she'd do weights and whatever else she did. And then she could come home and eat. So consequently, as soon as the gym shut,
she didn't feel she could.
She cut the calories back. She started to eat less and less because she couldn't exercise enough.